All right, we got a good group, Frank. Well, not, they're never a good group, but a good size group. Frank, Bob, Bill, Helen, Chuck, Larry, Tom, Susan, Kathy walked in, and Lynn. Any announcements? Frank?
I wasn't here at the last one when the TV walked off, but I know we switched because we extended the transportation till today, and I didn't know how we were gonna move forward. Were we just gonna like strike out the flowers and move it to the end?
Yeah.
No, I've taken pictures of flowers, we can't strike out.
Well, what would it be if we just skipped the one that was for today originally?
Which would have been flowers.
No.
Oh, wait.
Okay, that one,
Okay, what you're saying is,
No.
yeah. Transportation is today now.
right,
And flowers was supposed to be today.
right. And because Susan wants to do it that way, we're gonna do flowers anyway.
So do I.
I have some
Yeah.
also, yeah, it's time to start building my portfolio, so.
So what you're saying then is just move everybody, slot everything.
Yeah, sorry, but I think that's the good thing to do. Okay, Susan?
Yeah.
Yep.
Frank, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I just wanted clarification before we go on to the next one. I'll reissue.
Yeah, and it wasn't just you. I mean, I was about to say the same thing, so people had to. Okay,
Redo this and then put another line on it and move everybody down.
oh, not that.
Well, no.
What happened to me?
What we did last week, we'll go around and tell what we did in past lives. Sometime when we've got time,
Yeah,
we'd all love for you to do that too, because.
well, I'm in witness protection, so I really can't say.
We always thought Tom was.
You know what, maybe all of us are.
Maybe the next get together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us your fake life, you know, it's one of the-
Yeah, they thought it was.
Yeah.
All right, let's not forget that, because.
Yeah.
Now I've forgotten how to do this.
Cool, it was probably the
Yeah,
best
that's what I
thing
heard.
we ever had. It really was.
Hell with photography, let's just talk about each other.
Yeah, let's just lies about each other.
Well, I've gone brain dead. How did I used to do this? Here we go. My background changed. I don't know how that happened either. So oh, Stephen's not here. And all right, getting closer. Now I've got to find share. Oh, jeez.
I knew there were gonna be a bunch of trains. I knew there were gonna be a bunch of trains. Oh, trains. Trains, yeah.
That's because you're new. Mine might be the unused one.
Oh, really? No, I mean, it's now it's upstairs, I mean, the selection.
I'm worried.
Well, I can.
You guys are usually hanging.
No, you should put that next.
Yeah, you should submit it. That would be cool.
Flowers, yes.
Put a little, petals from each. Oh, yeah, that would, yeah, that's funny. Isn't it funny how we go to like library voices in here, like,
Yeah, you're right.
speak up,
Well, I don't know why.
it's a train.
Wow, nice.
Whose is it?
This is Stevens. He has 3 at front, and I'm going to skip those for another day.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's great.
Ooh,
Whose is that?
Bill.
Yeah, that's me. That's the covered bridge down in Sanford.
Okay.
So look at that.
Bob and I went down, and it's almost like a whole little city down there across the street from this,
How do you get there?
by car. Put in the GPS and
You use transportation.
That's right.
Where is it?
Chuck, are you seeing on what I'm posted up?
Well, I don't have my computer tuned into.
Okay, I was just looking for a check because I can't make something happen here.
it was a lot of back roads. It wasn't like, you drove through Sanford or anything like that. Like I said, I just plugged in the GPS and she brought me right there.
What did you put in?
It was actually in the drainage.
Gillian Mill Park was the name
Oh, is that what it is?
What's the name of
You
this?
live in what?
What's that?
How do you spell it?
What's the name of it?
Gillian Mill Park.
Okay.
And what I did with this one is, I actually exposed for the other end. Because it was so bright that if I just tried to expose properly for the inside of the bridge, that would have been just blown out at the other end.
Right.
And at the other end, there was an old tank sitting out in the parking lot, and then there was a guardrail across it. So what I did is I removed all that, just so it looks like if you drove through there, you just go off onto a road. And then what I was able to do is to pull out the shadows, because it was black when I exposed just for the long end of the bridge there. So it allowed me to pull out enough details, showing all the posts and everything from within.
You do have great detail in the shadow.
You said you pulled it out. Did you use this with your software?
Yeah, I just did the.
You have the sliders that has shadows and you just increase
I
it.
just wasn't sure.
Or are you shooting raw?
I was shooting in both, but
That gives you an idea of what's back there.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever pulled shadows out that well. Good job.
Nice.
so this was shot at 24 millimeters, f8, so I wanted to get the post in the front here and see how far back I could keep it in focus. But when I look at the far end, it's pretty in focus out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
just a 100th of a second, ISO 64. It was handheld, but I was leaning against another post just to try to keep myself as still as possible.
Very nice.
That's the great thing about, shooting in RAW. You have so much leeway when you process it.
Oh, I remember this one.
I love
Yeah.
that.
This was an old one from the Hounds on the Grounds,
Yeah, I remember.
and I just thought from a transportation point of view.
It's a form of transportation.
And actually, I was down there last Saturday as well. They had it again. But when this was taken, it was pouring rain. It was nice weather this Saturday, so there's just too many people. And people all over the place. But, yeah, this one I had selected just the pink coat and then changed everything else into black and white.
Yeah.
And let's see, that was.
No, that really adds to it.
And I took this one at f4. You can see how the house in the back is starting to go out of focus. I just wanted to look like they're thinking or looking out. I didn't want everything to be sharp.
No, that was down in what, not Pinehurst, what's the?
Southern Pines, yeah.
No, that's nice.
I'll make this as quick as I can. If you're shooting on your iPhone, I don't know if Androids have the same function, but if you're shooting with iPhone and you're shooting with RAW, I learned something that may have been there for a long time, but I just found it. I knew that you could do some editing in even if you're taking just JPEGs. But there was a process to go through to convert the raw file to a TIFF. And you had to put it through Camera Raw, et cetera. The thing I found was you have a raw photo on your phone, also sent to your computer. Click edit and see what pops up. It is a complete raw converter with all the slides, etc. And what brought it to mind here is if you have shot in portrait, you can control how much depth of field you have. It doesn't work for anything, so far as I know. It won't work anything except for a portrait, but you can use that for anything. And when you click, there's a slider. I think it wasn't just a checkbox, but you move the slider, and all of a sudden the background just goes to mush. It was really kind of a neat thing that.
Which iPhone model do you have?
15.
15. Because I have the 11. I don't know if I.
Yeah, some of
it. The ability to shoot in RAW.
Yeah, we'll try it because they've been upgrading the editing factor.
I didn't know you could shoot raw.
I didn't either.
I don't, this is just the iPhone 6 SE or something like that. So it's one that they make for people who don't care about having anything other than a phone, which is what I have. So.
Well, sorry to get us sidetracked, but it was a wow moment for me that you could do it. And this is not a small one. This is a very small one. How far in do you want me to go, Bill?
Well, this is a Falcon 9. There was a launch at Kennedy Space Center that was going to take it up the coast so we would be able to see it here. So I went down to the dam, the Everett Dam, and
Well, that was his.
waited for it. I had on my YouTube live feed showing that it took off, and then sure enough, it came out from behind the trees and came over us. No, that's not bad.
I was gonna say,
Did you lose
that
it?
was a training.
Did I lose it?
Yeah.
Because you had that one with the
It's
light.
the one with the light.
Oh,
Not very high.
well, it was here.
It should not be there. It's weird.
That was.
Huh,
It's a UFO.
no kidding.
We have someone in our neighborhood that, a guy named Joe Petit.
Oh, yeah.
You know him?
I do, yeah. I met him one time out shooting that I followed him.
He does that. He goes down to the lake and he gets the rockets coming over.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what time in the morning he does it, but I was gonna contact him and say, well, we have a club here, maybe you'd like to join us, but he's out there like, it must be 3 in the morning.
Oh, no, Joe.
You know?
Yeah, he's strong.
Oh, that's why he does it so well.
He does some pretty sophisticated setups with his equipment to photograph.
Yeah, I would imagine.
There, no, it's
There it
gone.
is on the top.
It's just
I
disappeared.
got it. Yeah, I've got it.
Bridge.
Oh, that's right, okay.
So it was your phone. No, that's Larry's. So,
It's just gone.
yeah, well, it's back.
Well, I guess it was moving, so now it's in the trash. See it,
Can you believe it?
I'm sorry, I don't know what I did.
Frank was zooming in on it. You can see the ring of rockets on the outside, plus the one in the center, the one that they use for when it lands.
I see.
Oh, okay.
And I've never even tried to take a picture of something like this before.
What was that? What did you use, that big lens?
Yeah, I had my 200 to 500, and I used it at 500 millimeter. And I just kind of followed it. It was only visible for maybe 60 to 90 seconds.
What time in the morning were you out there?
No, this was a little after 6 at night.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it lifted off, I think, 6:09, and the time I saw it was like 611.
Wow, it's here.
And, yeah, it was following it, quick taking a look at it and start making adjustments, because I shot it manual. Until so I had some that were a little too light. I had some that, you know, I just had to keep practicing within that very short period of time.
Well, should have left well enough alone.
Yeah, that was even at like an ISO of 25, 600, yeah, it was full bore.
Wow.
But, yeah, I had no idea what I should be doing as far as shooting shutter speed and things like that,
Right,
so
yeah.
I just kept changing stuff as I went along, and,
It's just gone.
It's just gone.
But you don't have enough time to really experiment.
oh no,
It's
Strange.
here and then gone.
just like the picture.
It'll reappear, I think.
Well, it's probably in trash, but I'll put it back up next time, Bill, sorry.
We can call it a flower.
Oh,
I wonder if,
Well, there was a guy that was up there trying to shoot eagles, you know, and he didn't have too much luck. I said, well, if you stick around, you're gonna be able to take a picture of a falcon. And he looked at me and said, what do you mean? And then I explained it to him, so he stayed up there too.
did he? That's cool.
all right, now Larry. Sorry.
Train. But I just shot it that way because I wanted I cropped it really tight so that the track would be seen.
Now, where was that taken, Larry?
Down at, right off of, what is it? What's the name of that?
New Hope Valley.
No, okay, yeah, it is a little about, yeah.
So that's a train coming at you.
Yeah.
Well, now I can't get back to full page.
How long ago was that? You went down there
Last year.
Okay.
You want, look
Yeah, I
at
went down in the summer, but it had been like 3 years before that. And they really, they're building that place up.
It's all volunteers, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah, much better.
Thank you. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Well, the composition is great.
Colors,
Color's good.
Yeah,
perfect saturation.
just enough in the sky.
By leaving a lot of the track in front of it. That's,
it's kind of, I should have put a head up there and maybe Photoshop it, put an engineer.
Conductors.
you put a smiley
Or
face.
somebody laying across the track.
That's why I was going there and I didn't want to say it.
That would have been good. Tom, I need to get one. Do you have
Roll on you.
models or something?
Body.
Body.
All right, this one's Larry's as well.
Where is this?
Mexico.
This is in Mexico, in that little village, Sayulita, that we were up in north of Puerto Vallarta. But it's interesting because it's a story. I mean, they sell lotto tickets there. It's one of those convenience stores. But you know, this is what it's about.
Yeah.
So he's got his vehicle there. I'm not quite sure. It looks like a ATV.
Yeah, some kind of ATV.
And then the guy on horseback, he's in conversation with this guy.
That's great.
And I don't know why he's bringing the saddle-less, I mean, he has a saddle, but riderless.
It's telling a story, Larry.
It's telling a story of something. They're in conversation, and the guy sells lotto tickets.
And I like the contrast with
Yeah.
the vehicle there versus the horse. And
Two modes of transportation.
They got into a brutal fight right after this.
Yeah, that's right.
He needs those horses because those tires are about worn out.
Look at the saddle
know.
horn. Look at the saddle horn.
Yeah, that's a huge one, isn't it?
I know. This is amazing. Yeah,
Looks dangerous to
I
me.
wonder if that's for like roping,
I don't know.
you know,
Count.
yeah.
yeah.
I'm not sure. But anyway, it is too much transportation.
Lots of colors.
And that thatch roof, that's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Hmm.
And then you also have the thing for your iPhone, which is really weird, you know. The thing by the guy's head, if you zoom in a little bit, so there's even this technology, look at that.
Oh,
What are
to
those
scan,
things? Yeah, scan things.
yeah.
It's like
Oh,
horse,
QR
they
code.
TV
Yeah,
and
oh,
it's
yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, I mean, they've got internet and everything.
He's got like modified chaps, they're just covering his cap, it's
Right.
interesting.
Yeah.
Spats. Must be, yeah, like a spat, must be going in the brush a little bit or something.
Does this work too with the closer crop?
It's better.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, good. I think that is good.
Yeah, you surely can
We
do
need
a
to
little
add
bit
that.
more with it if you wanted.
Yeah,
Good shot, though.
thank you.
Terrific, there's a lot of stuff going on, it's cool.
Yeah. Look at that, the building's kind of caving in
It's a little like on bottleneck.
Kathy,
there. Oh, that is cool.
Wow.
I like that.
It was just me shopping for a bike last year.
Is that an e-bike?
Yeah, and a friend of my sister was telling Chuck is big into cycling, so she took me shopping. And we were gonna go to a bunch of different stores, so I really liked this bike and took a picture to remember the model and all that, and I just cropped off the, price tag and model number and stuff like that. And, really, it was just, remember which bike it was.
Yeah.
And then when I was going, I took a lot of different shots for transportation that I didn't like at all, and I just kind of bumped into this one. I was like,
I like the.
Was that the background?
no, that's
Where you put the
that's
background?
a screen, that's a computer screen.
Yes.
And the guy at the store is reflected, the lights are reflected into the
Yeah.
computer screen.
Now, there's a
So
head
this
there.
sign-
I thought Mike got a
Yeah.
good picture.
yeah, I moved to make sure it wasn't me.
Oh, yeah, no.
So the bike was, oh my goodness,
Yeah, this is a computer screen,
Right.
so I'm just shooting on the screen.
wow.
More.
Yeah, the background.
So did you
is
ever
so
buy an
crazy.
e-bike?
No, my knee went bad at the time and I put it off for a while, so I'm gonna buy one this spring.
Okay.
Wow.
But that's something.
But, just, making a record so I could,
Yeah.
and I just kinda ended up liking the picture.
Yeah, the background color is great.
Yeah.
I didn't even hardly do anything to it, I mean, cropped it and that's it.
Cool.
Just worked.
Yeah.
Hope it's still there in the spring.
Got lights and everything.
Yeah. This is, sailing on the Chesapeake Bay last spring.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Nice.
I like
I
that.
like that.
that's great.
The sun coming through that one sail.
Is it a wood boat?
Yeah, yeah.
An old one.
Nice.
Very good shot.
Another good
Yeah.
job. I like the way the top, the arch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was that a big camera or your phone?
That's my phone.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, I've got a lot of, different shots of the sails that I took that day. I never took a picture of the boat, but I like this one because of the color of the arch at the top. I framed it.
And I like the lines
Yeah.
and that sail pointing up to the top.
Yeah.
It takes your eye right up to that.
You don't know what it is at first.
Yeah.
It looks like it was fun, it really wasn't. The guy just slapped around like we were in a bathtub, it was so disappointing.
Oh,
Oh,
It's a
My
beautiful
wife
shot
says
that
about
you
sailing that if it's not, when it's, what is it she say? If it's not dangerous, or if it's not boring, it's dangerous.
that's right.
I've been there and done that. All right. Good shots. And this is Tom's.
Wow.
Gee, I never would have guessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it? That is a road making machine. That's where they dump the asphalt and it kind of
Oh, okay.
poops out a road at the other end.
So it's a huge machine. It's hard to tell the scale.
It makes ropes too?
Yeah, Yeah, this thing was, it was like, oh my God. I call this the tunnel at the end of light. You know, because it just reminds me of, that's where I'm heading into that thing.
So did you change the background, or is that asphalt, or?
Oh, no, I changed the background. I selected this and then put in that background.
Oh, of course.
It's
you
just, I added noise is what it is. It's
I
noise.
wonder if this is the one they put Jimmy Hoffa through. Name on the highway system.
I thought it was a concrete pillar.
There's your title.
Yeah, it's
Where is Jimmy Hoffa?
Peace, Jimmy. And if this was in pure black and white, I don't think it would look that.
yeah, I tried it that way, but then I forget, I think this is color, actually.
Yeah.
I worked on it a long time, and I'm pretty proud of the selection, getting those little lamps up in the corners
Yeah,
there,
that's good.
pulling those out.
So with football being over, now you can manage it.
Basketball, right?
Yeah, right, well, they won't be as old. I mean,
Pretty soon baseball.
oh boy, I really did.
Yeah. Gotta get a lot done.
Anyway, I took dozens of pictures of this last day. And,
Where'd you find it?
Yeah, where'd you find it?
well, it was, they redid the bridge right near our home, so
Oh,
the
yeah.
road was closed for a long time, and we'd go down there, my building buddy and I would go down there every weekend, look at the progress.
Are you ever off of Old 87?
Yeah. Yeah, over in
Just a little chilly.
Yeah, that bridge was out for a while.
Yeah, what?
I didn't know you were old enough to have taken this photograph.
I figured no one else would have a sleigh.
You're right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something we haven't talked about at all, is, you know, old photographs, and I like to edit, obviously, and I thought, well, how does that work? And so I worked on this. It was all crumpled up and lots of creases and breaks and such. And that's my grandmother on the left, and I thought it was my great-grandparents in the sleigh, but it turns out that must have been friends of the family or something, and that's one of my ancestral homes there.
Look at that fur
Yeah, I think it's,
blanket.
I think it's a bearskin. It looks like.
Wow.
So 1800 and something.
No, and actually it would be probably around 1910.
Oh, really?
But they're in the sleigh, I think.
Did you photograph the photograph, or did you
Yes,
scan it?
So this is, I mean, my sister brought this album on a quick visit to the area, and you know, I really love, cherish the photographs, and I just pulled out my phone and went like that on 4 or 5 of the pages, and that's the way it turned out. I mean, I got an image that I recognized my grandmother.
And was that your house?
This was my grandmother's home.
Where?
In southern, what they call southern tier of New York, kind of around Corning.
That is a pretty amazing hat your grandma has on there.
Isn't that something?
Yeah,
Wow.
But it keeps your head warm for sure.
yeah. Got some atmosphere.
It's probably something living in that hat.
But I think that would be an interesting topic for somebody sometime about dealing with, you know, revitalizing old photographs.
No.
I've seen some where they use a total amount of AI, and they wind up looking like
They're new pictures.
contemporary photos, and they
Yeah.
don't. They
I've
lose-
scanned a whole bunch of old photos, and,
Yeah.
but I couldn't get, some were creased and cracked, I couldn't get all that out.
There's a software program that they sell,
Yeah.
Photomate or something like that,
There's lots of,
that you can put your photograph in it if you have proper lighting. You know, you have to buy some light that would cover.
copy scans.
That's it, yeah, and they, you know, the advertisement for it is, you know, you see the old photograph is all crumpled up, and when they run this by,
It's
It's called AI.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously, it's what it sounds like.
yeah, it becomes new, and, I, you know, I keep getting, I guess I haven't deleted it, but I keep getting offers, you know, that I sent you, if you order now, you know. But there is a program that would help you.
Well, my brother has done some, or a friend who did some, and I looked at them and I didn't like them. They looked, I love this old look.
Yeah.
These are old people.
Vintage look of it.
No, I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Wonder what would happen if you hit sharpness, if it would change the.
Oh, I sharpened it up a lot.
did you?
And I, but not to the extent that it looks like a.
Is that a mustache he's wearing?
Oh,
Oh,
crap.
that's serious, that's a big old mustache.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, you like this mustache.
Anyway, it was fun working on an old photograph, and the Affinity completely took out all the Scotch tape marks and cracks and all that kind of stuff.
People in that era never smiled when their pictures were
No.
taken.
Serious.
It was cold out.
Although, I think
Some of us kind of got some.
my grandmother smiled.
Yeah. Yeah, those-
In fact, there are some other photographs in the thing where they were goofing around. And that you don't see too often.
And,
Well, I have a scanner if anybody wants it.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean? What kind
I have a scanner. You may have it.
Oh, to photograph, old photographs?
Yeah, one thing that you can't do with this that I know of, you couldn't do slides, so that, that may be there are some that you could put in something that can take a picture of a slide, but anyway, it's an Epson. It's somewhat old, but
But it plugs into a laptop or?
it's kind of like old wet dark rooms. There's a holder, put it on, and it basically is a copy machine. And it has its own light and all of that. And close the top. And if you're doing film, 35 millimeter, you can put 5 or 6 at once. And yeah, and then deal with them.
I'd like to look at that. I mean,
Okay.
just to play with it.
Yes, you'd be welcome to it.
Thank you.
So, all right, Chuck.
Beautiful.
Okay, this is my view when I'm riding my bike. And so I call it the cockpit, which is, that's what bike companies who sell parts call these parts, the cockpit parts. So I got my computer on there and it's got bits of data on it, and of course you can even see more data
Does
when
it
you're
measure?
done with your ride.
What is it?
So how
measure?
did you take that?
Speed, time, distance, the rate,
yeah.
like on the right side, the grid of 4 values at the bottom where it says 0, that's a power measure, which is really unique to modern bikes. You can actually measure the work output that is happening.
Oh.
And like runners can't do that, swimmers, they haven't figured out how to do it, they've been experimenting. But anyway, it's very humbling. I can compare myself to the very best riders in the world and see just why they're the best and why I'm like nowhere near it. It's
They're
just
probably a
interesting,
little
but
younger though, I would imagine.
oh yeah, of course, yeah, of course. But you can even compare. You can even compare it to people who are at the top, but age graded. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so it's kind of interesting. But I got my big camera, and I was just on the road in front of my house. So the reason it says 0 for that that one measurement is because I'm coasting down a hill. But it was a little, I was like trying to handle my camera and drop it, and
I don't know how you do that.
and I just took different shots.
Crash and go boom.
It'd be really embarrassing to like not only hurt yourself but break your camera.
And then break your bike, yeah.
Wow.
I like the road, it's kind of.
Yeah, I wanted to get a little motion, and
Yeah.
so.
That's
so
great.
I was able to get that, and it's, and it's a little bit blurry because, things are moving.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But,
Well, your speed is that 10.8?
yeah, 10.8, just goes down the hill there, and I've been on the bike for 14 seconds. Wow. Anyway,
It is, yeah, it's the.
Well, the yellow color.
Yeah.
yellow and
Yeah,
positive.
I did that by, just changing a few
Yep.
values in editing, but it's, but that's what it looks like, it's very bright. And, high contrast and I did some clarity and, but nothing, I didn't really do anything, special.
And you were on a road.
Yeah, it's the road I live on,
Okay.
and there's a little hill out front, and so, that's like, I had it set at, I think I had it set at, aperture priority, and it's an ISO 400, and it's that, like a 19 millimeter, had a, open up my wide angle, and, I think it was 125th of a second.
Okay,
Oh, that's great.
Good shot.
Thanks.
I give you credit trying it.
So that's a shot that I took with my phone, and it's from 2017. I used to go to Taiwan, this is Taipei, Taiwan, and I was in a cab, and you can see my colleague there, this young fellow, Linus, was sitting next to me in this cab. We were on our way to go out for dinner, I think, with some people, and it's really, Taipei is a really interesting city, and there's so many scooters in Taiwan, and you see entire families on a scooter like that. The mom and dad taking the kids to school, and so there might be two kids and the dad, and
It's like the dad, two kids in the middle, and then the mom in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
seen
literally,
that.
yeah. Or like a box with groceries or stuff in the
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
And so this was, I just popped this out of my pocket and my iPhone, the ticket, and
Oh, I just finally saw the person's face sitting. When I
Oh,
first
to the right,
looked
to the
at it,
right.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
so
a
there's a lot going on here.
waterfall.
I think we are in the same
There's
one.
a lot of,
Pregnant person.
Woman.
Dirty mind.
That's dangerous.
No.
But anyway, you can see the guy in the front, it looks like it might be a father and daughter. It's hard to tell the woman's age, but the guy is a little bit older, obviously.
He looks it.
And they're having a conversation, and I think, we were actually moving. We weren't at a stoplight. You can see a little bit of blur on the front of the scooter.
Hmm.
But anyway,
That's awesome.
so the iPhone settings are, I don't know, they were whatever the iPhone says.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you walk on a sidewalk in Taipei, you've got to watch out for the motorbikes, because they don't distinguish between road and sidewalk. If they have to get somewhere, they just go up on the sidewalk.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Like being in Manhattan now with e-bikes, apparently they're lethal, yeah.
They're killing people on the road.
Yeah.
All right, great. Chuck. Kathy, Susan, I'm sorry. Susan's up.
That's awesome.
Mine.
That's awesome.
Really?
I like that.
Wait till you see the next one.
Well, I wasn't particularly, I couldn't figure out what to do with transportation, so I went to Phoenix Bakery one day and brought my camera, and I just was looking at the cars there, and all of a sudden I realized there was one car that just had all this gunk on the tire, and actually if you zoom out just a little bit, you can really see the gunk.
Yeah.
A lot of mud.
Yeah, a lot of mud. Anyway, you can zoom back out. But anyway, so I just saw this one car that had all this
What?
gunk on it, and I just took a picture of that.
Yeah.
Well, then the next one,
It really does.
Yeah, I love the crop is really good.
what, and you're gonna,
Yeah,
let's go to the next one
I
because,
saw the red, I saw that red line in there, and I kind of like that,
Yeah.
you know. But it is just kind of it's transportation, I guess.
Yeah, you need the red line.
Using the vehicle for what it was intended.
Okay,
see, I think there may be 3 or 4 pictures that are abstract. This one's,
so this was the other side of the car, but I realized there was a reflection, and I think what's being reflected up there are the dumpsters that are at Phoenix Bakery.
In the back of the lot.
Yeah, so I just kind of cropped it to get,
Abstract.
Yeah, so that lower left there, that, you know, just zoom in on that, that's like a nice abstract.
Well, and, you know, this one, from where the door, the wheel well starts and over to the tire, there's a crop in there too that would be really cool.
but I earlier said to Tom that I thought these were the ugliest pictures that were gonna be shown, he thought his was uglier, but I didn't think so.
Great shots, I think.
Yeah,
That's
really,
nice.
good eye,
Really nice colors.
yeah.
All right, Bob.
Tom wishes he'd seen that one.
This one, none of that, man.
This was the same place as Bill's picture of
This
the
is a
bridge.
fixer upper.
Oh, okay, that was that there.
Gillian Mill
Look at
Park.
that tire.
And they had so much machinery there that they had not only old tractors, they had, I think it was wood milling equipment,
Yeah.
but all old stuff that had been really big time in its day. It just, its days were past
Yeah.
for most of the machinery there.
What is it, just abandoned stuff?
No, it's actually these 5 guys who created a passion project. And they had owned all this property, and they have cabins on the property as well. There's a little kind of pondish lake. So when you go there, I mean, you can walk around, it's just like you're not going someplace, taking a few pictures and leaving. You can walk around there for an hour, you know, going to different cabins and different kinds of, you know, equipment you'll see here. And I was talking to the guys, the first one that had come through, he was the youngest one of the
Old guys.
of the guys. He was 73. And then the oldest one is 90.
Wow.
And they spend their time there just keeping this area up. They're also responsible for that, the bridge on the opposite side of the street. So it's,
Oh, this is where the covered bridge is.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so it was really, you know, just,
So did they get these old things and bring them there?
it looks like a lot of it was maybe a mill at one time. So some of the stuff was probably there. They might have brought other stuff in, but it just,
Because you said the name was, what, something Mill?
yeah.
Gillian Mill Park.
Huh.
Yeah. It was interesting. I mean, you go there once, I wouldn't be, I don't think I would.
You wouldn't go home and take the family down there.
Probably not.
Actually, they do rent it out for weddings. There's a sign there. showing-
Bride and groom on the tractor.
Once a year, they do have an event down there, I think in May or so, for like a weekend or
Oh,
so.
wow.
Your grandson, when he gets a little older, would love it.
Yeah. Oh, they'd have a ball there.
I'm trying to figure out what would happen, what would make that tire come off that way?
Yeah.
Age, yeah.
Well, you can see the rim, Tom, right in there, so it's maybe just rotted off.
Yeah, but why would it, well, anyway, why would it shift like that? But it's,
Tires are the
something
only
might have
thing
hit
in
it
good
from the other
shape.
side or something.
And these tractors are, this is probably 50 or 70 years old.
Yeah, right. So,
Yeah.
But you know, if it's got a lot of tread on it,
I was gonna say, the tires are in the best shape of all of them.
Look how far down the front
yeah,
rims are.
yeah.
Yeah, they're buried.
Piled
Yeah, the
up
tires
for
are,
years.
yeah, right.
It's seen better days.
Well, Bob, this created a lot of conversation. In that way, it's kind of told its own story.
Fix it
Yeah, I just figured this could be transportation.
Well, it could be, yes.
Yeah, this is in Farrington, one of the 2 donkeys. And I did that with my iPhone,
Yeah.
24 millimeter ISO DVI, or f-stop 1.78. So,
Is that Jasper? I don't know.
Which one it is.
I think there's 2 of them.
There's two, yeah, I've seen 2 around there.
Yeah.
There were 3, and I wonder
Oh,
what
is that
happened to
right?
the other one. It was Mary Elizabeth, Charlotte, and Jasper?
I didn't know they had names.
I don't know either.
Mary Elizabeth,
And Lynn had to educate me in this, but do you know why they're there?
yeah.
Coyotes.
protection.
Yeah, coyote.
Who knew?
Why are they there?
Just don't get.
Protection of the, to protect the cows,
Oh,
the cattle from coyotes or whatever.
oh, okay.
Color's great.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Good idea.
Yeah, something, it's always hard to find something different.
Yeah.
each
Uh-huh.
time.
That's why it's a challenge.
You did
Yeah.
too.
I never put this together.
Good idea.
We should have more of those. We should-
I think we ought to name it. What am I going to shoot now? All right, this is Frank or his boat.
Yeah, when I was down in Florida, this was the last day, or second to last day, and we went to, I think this was in Everglade City, and we had lunch, and then we decided to go out on these airboats. And I've never been on one before, and there was this one part there, and I said, well, is it really transportation down there? And
Oh, yes.
They use it all the time. And this isn't a tour boat, I don't think, because the one we were in had like 4 rows of seats. So this was just one that was parked or tied up right next to us. And so we went riding through the swamps on that for about an hour. And that was amazing. It was amazing how they can turn those things like on a dime. You had to be careful with the camera, it doesn't go flying.
Is it loud?
Huh?
Is it loud?
It's so loud that the guy sits up on the top and everybody has earphones on.
Oh.
So he talks to you through the earphones, because you couldn't hear a thing. It's like riding in a helicopter, they have the same thing, it's just so loud, but, it was a lot of fun, I'm glad we did it. It was, that one was, that airboat was, taken at, let's see, that was taken the last day we were there, a 24 millimeter, it was F10 ISO 100, because it was so bright out. And it won 320th of a second, and the only thing I did was just like tighten it all up to try and get as much out of the background as I could.
Yeah.
And then kind of brushed in to darken the background.
How'd you do that?
With the brush, I went to darken and just brushed around, and it's tedious because you don't see the results right away, you gotta keep doing it.
Oh, yeah. The flow is low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But, yeah, that was a fun trip.
I think these things can move over like 6 inches of water. That's one of the reasons they use them in the,
Oh, they can, yeah.
yeah.
And some of them, they go out over the reeds and everything,
Yeah.
but we were in clear channels, but, they were tight, and
Did you see any
one came around
alligators?
a bend, and there was another one coming the other way, but at least they could stop on a dime. We didn't have a
Did you
fatality.
see any gators or manatees?
Oh, yeah, and that's what surprised me, we went out in one of the channels, and there was a gator right in the center of it, and he went right up to it, didn't spook it.
Yeah.
I would have thought it would have taken off, but it just sat there staring at us.
or eating you.
We're used to it.
Or it said lunch is coming.
Or maybe they even name it, you know, just like our donkeys,
You
you
know,
know.
was it, yeah, Jasper the gator
But
was there.
did you, what did you use, you use Elements, right?
No, I used Photoshop on that one,
And
2020.
you didn't select the boat, because I really like the way you
Yep.
set off the boat from the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cropped it in
Yeah.
as much as I could, and then just
And
darkened
then you
it back.
dodged.
Yeah. I tried using the blur tool, but but you're saying the opacity, I guess,
It
depends on where you have that
How many
slider.
passes you
Yeah.
go, because opacity is just the percentage of coverage every time you
Right,
pass.
right. The darkness worked easier, to darken it rather than just blur it all. I tried going around the
Like the
boat and
difference in
then,
the color of the ropes against the dock, it's really nice, I like that.
now here, we were out, the last day we were there, we were photographing these burrow owls. And it was right in a neighborhood, which was weird, because it was a central area, like a little central park. And as I'm waiting there, this woman comes walking by with this dog, and I said, wow, so far as the dog goes, that's a form of transportation. Especially as you get older, you're gonna have to use this.
I'm wondering if I sat down where the dog is and stuck my head out at the top. Could you do that?
Be a good picture.
Tom would definitely take a picture of
And the only reason why I put the.
Probably never get out.
is I wanted you to know that the dog isn't driving this.
Right.
Somebody helping.
And is she wearing Crocs?
What?
Is she wearing Crocs?
Parents are doing that,
It doesn't look like
waving
it.
their dogs around.
That one, that was, like I said, the last day, it was 200 millimeter, because they were on another side, so I had to turn around quickly as they were, well, I had my 100 to 600 on the camera. And so it was a 200 millimeter f5.0, it was ISO 200 and 1/640th, because I wanted to stop the action of that dog, he was going so fast.
Cool shot.
Wish I could have gotten him where his face was more in the center of that cutout, but at least you can see his face there.
Yeah.
It's good.
Should have barked at him, maybe he would have looked.
That's right, he would have looked over, yeah. Or if I could have put a steering wheel inside the thing.
Yeah, that would be.
There's a function in Affinity, and I'm sure Photoshop too, where you can take the back end of something and fragment it into little bits and pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it would look like that dog is in his little
Oh,
car flying through the air.
Oh, God.
It's really cool.
Again, I said this before, but, I've got Affinity and, I'd like help.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And,
Well, that's
I think we need a class or something, because Susan, you got it too, right?
Yeah, but I didn't have, Helen has,
And Helen.
I haven't updated.
I mean,
too early.
you know, it would be really helpful, because I know we went through this a couple of years ago,
Yeah,
you know, it'd be gone.
We probably need classes on topics now. We all know how to sort of use it, but how to put a border, how to
Just do
blah,
stuff.
blah, blah.
Right, exactly.
So it covering one or two topics per class.
That would
Yeah.
be great.
That'd be great.
If someone's doing
Yeah, if somebody,
right, because if you try to do too much,
yeah,
like
if
you
you try to
said, your
do
head
too
starts
much,
spinning.
yeah.
This is Helen's. I would like to steal it.
I don't know. The weather has really been a challenge.
Yeah,
This is a crane that was used to build the new library in whatever that building is in Scarborough. It's so
Scarborough.
ugly.
Oh, yeah.
And I played with that thing and I played with that thing and tried to bring out the clouds and then lost the color of the crane and then I gave out of time.
Well,
It
it's,
was,
Scarborough,
when they
where they're building
the-
the garage and
Oh,
library.
yeah.
So were the clouds like this, Helen, or did you,
I played with them a little bit.
it's beautiful.
I didn't add them, but
Yeah.
I brought out the colors a little bit. And then like I said, crane was a rusty red, kind of the color of, do all these cars.
it's a great shot. I like it.
It's good.
Yeah, I worked too long on that, I can tell you. That is a cell phone picture.
Oh, wow.
It's been, it zoomed into so many times, it's a miracle you can tell it's a crane, but anyway. It's a form of transportation,
It
it's
is.
used,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's used to bring stuff up. I took some of the pulleys and wires out. I think I kinda lost them.
I like the composition too.
Yeah.
Yes. And just enough a hint of color in the back.
The-
Yeah, you got that blue showing through, starting to come through in the sky.
I figure that's transportation.
Yeah.
That is.
It's called a cart.
With one of the gardeners, and that's another one that I wasted a whole lot of time on. I wanted to make the little card is actually that color, and I wanted to bring out the red, and I tried everything, none, Q, HSL, I tried it all. But I stopped,
Color's great.
Yeah, it is.
but I just thought that was kind of nice picture.
Nice fall colors in there.
That one actually was taken with my Sony, but I forgot to bring that which,
Oh,
Good pick.
All good pictures.
is that it?
That's it. We'll carry over Stevens to next time. Stop share.
Check the trash for bills.
I will, yes, yes.
Looks like a farm vehicle or something.
One thing I really like.
Oh, I see it, yes, yes,
Oh, is that the one that got lost?
yes.
Well, maybe because it went around the earth, it came back again.
Flying out from a crane. Yeah, that part, yeah, really, I
Oh.
really like it.
I'll bring it back next time. It's not lost.
I think you have to drag it to the desk.
I'm not saying,
Yeah.
it would just be a different shot. But,
That's what I thought.
yeah.
All right, so the next one's flowers.
Yeah, because, yeah, I'm just gonna move
No, I
everything
really-
down one row.
Okay.
What
That's the
comes after
first thing I
flowers?
saw, like, growing sparks flying.
When?
What comes after flowers?
Tools. So that place you went to, probably get some tools.
All right.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I really like those. Oh, yeah, really.
All right, have a good week. See you after a bit.